Choke, no joke. Chicky choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Chicky choke, no joke. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. You know what it is. We in the building, baby. May 17th, 2 days before my birthday. Taurus season, what up? Happy birthday to the girl, Candy Burris. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday to my girl, Janet Jackson. It's Taurus season. You know what it is. All right? Shout out to Darren DeWitt Henson. Congratulations on the street in the Bronx. Choke no joke, I'm in the building. My girl Michelle Frizzy is in the building first and foremost. All right. Followed by Rob. Followed by the Jenny. Followed by True Magic TV. Shout out to my man Big Dre Barnes. No relation to D Barnes. My man Daniel in the building. Mr. Krills, a.k.a. Krills Daniels. Happy birthday to you. All right, Kareem Smiggity, what up? My fellow Americans, salute, what up? All right. Choke no joke, you already know. 48 hours from my birthday. You know what it is. Taurus season, we are in the building, baby. We are in the building. Make sure y'all have my cards, man. Y'all better have my cards for me. Want to see my birthday card? Y'all better have my birthday card. You know, the P.O. box. But choke no joke, I'm in the building. You already know. Bless up, Nate. Wham Dread, bless up. Blessings to you, man. Choke no joke, I'm here, man. So tonight we got an interesting one. I got some Tupac dots to connect. Got you on this one, Pop. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Notorious B.I.G. But I got a good one for y'all tonight. For the Tupac, I got some dots to connect. It's gonna have you scratching your head like, whoa. Woo! Shout out to everybody out there in Compton. You know what it is. You know what I mean? I done got some real deep intel on Compton and Death Row and Tupac and Suge and Rodent Rat Jr. and oh man, my head is like exploding with information. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get into that. But the thing that caught me off guard today is Rick Ross going at Kareem's Biggs Burke from Roc-A-Fella and saying everybody, well, telling everybody that I gotta say allegedly, because I've never been in the bed with the man, that, Biggs is part of the Alphabet Club, the letter people. And Rick Ross is saying how he's out here allegedly treating wee-wees like pacifiers. You know, um, I I do know what sparked this. I'm going to get into that, but before we get the show started, let me just show you this.
I see why Joe Buttons fired you losers. You niggas wanted equity. How dare you minions? Everybody log into Joe Buttons. Now Rory and Mally and let Biggs Burke know the boss waiting for him to come kiss the ring. Minions. Niggas losers. Biggs brother was Big's brother sucking on the dicks of his Big's brother. What's their name? I see why Joe Buttons fired you losers. You niggas wanted equity. How dare you minions? Everybody log into Joe Buttons. Now Rory and Mally and let Biggs Burke know the boss waiting for him to come kiss the ring. Minions. Niggas losers. Big's brother was Big's brother sucking on the dicks of his Big's brother. What's their name? Rory Maul. This what I'm gonna do. I want to talk about Biggs Burke. That nigga, what? He ain't pay his taxes. How he went broke. What he was doing. He got caught with 20 bags of weed. Some shit.
Yo, this nigga Rick Ross is so disrespectful. He said Biggs went to jail for 20 bags of weed. Now, on the allegations that Biggs is down with the Rainbow Coalition, we will say, and Rick Ross alleging that he be eating glizzies. We gonna get into that right now. Choke no joke. Let's start the show. Rick Ross, tap in. You already know what it is. Let's get the show started. One.
I do it. This is a diss, would be specific. Hit you with a sub, you blacklisted. Her third tour, it's ridiculous. You in the crowd, babysitting. Mad at pics, fans flicking. You got a Billy, they dick licking. Kids, your son and dad missing. You duck in the swab, results prison. I see your faces, the mad prism. Y'all rats, are you kidding? And if you sign, you have no wisdom. Integrity missing, money mission. Lamar Latrells in your system. Camel licking, nerves switching. Are y'all kidding? Y'all Virginian. Success, y'all dream sex. Sold a lot of units, but still checks. Squares, Nike, I run with checks. People use Marcy as pets. I move his skin, you on your head. All your tunes are dead. You ugly like your dreads. No bag, I'm on your head. No fag, I'm my shooter. You the glad Duke shooter. You do balls but no hooters. Choke no joke, I am the future with no Malloy. You play with boys, be out here wishing she was a boy. You her decoy, you her bitch. Choke no joke, I am the shit. Yo Cam, get off my dick. Mad Jim, king of the dips. Without Jewels, you have no hits. Your last hit was True Life. When he caught you with that right. Yo Big Joe, am I right? Nigga Dane saved your life. And then you crossed him for home. Got on stage with Ho. You an actor, you ain't Poe. Joke no joke. You already know. Yo, man, I'm done, man.
It's joke, no joke, no joke. Oh, you know what it is. Joke, no joke, you already know. Truth be told, all day, every day, even on the holiday, even on your anniversary. All right, we in the building. I think I'm gonna go live on Instagram on this one. This will be a funny one tonight. Joke, no joke, we are here. Les Charles is in the building. What up? MS is in the building. What up? So if you are just tuning in, Choke No Joke, we are live. Hold on 1 second. If you ain't get my documentary, The Hip Hop Nucleus, a documentary on the legendary Tunnel nightclub, please go get that on Tubi, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, right here on YouTube and Stash Movies. So if you just tuning in, got a few things that we got to touch on tonight. You know how we do with the current events. So if you don't know, for some reason, Rick Ross is beefing with these podcast guys, you know, that used to be down with Joe Budden. And one of the guys is Kareem Biggs Burke from Roc-A-Fella, you know, that I used to work with at Roc-A-Fella, who was the co-CEO. These guys are like, I want to say they like Drake stands, like, you know, hold on 1 sec. Instagram, I'm live on YouTube, right? I will be live here if you want to see it on YouTube. Go in my story, hit the link. It'll bring you on the screen with the rest of the team. You know how we do. Choke no joke. We here, baby. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Got my new edition shirt on from the concert. Shout out NE, my man Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Johnny, Ralph. Shout out to them brothers. Shout out to the whole Bean Town. Shout out Boston. Shout out everybody in Boston. Shout out the girl Free in Boston. The whole Boston Bean Town, Benzino. Everybody in Boston. The whole NE, BBD. All right. So what's going on is the guys that, you know, used to be with Joe Budden, like I told you, I believe that they are Drake fans. You know what I'm saying? They go hard for the boy Drizzy. So I believe, you know, with Rick Ross right now going, you know, back and forth with Drake with their little subliminal joints. I wish they just go head on, like excuse me, like Meek and Drake, or Pusha and Drake, or Kendrick and Drake. Ross and Drake need to just go head on. I think that would be a good one. I would like to see that Ross and Drake battle. I would like, because Ross, you know, he always pick good beats. He got bars. I mean, he had bars since the CEO, but you know. I'm just kidding, Ross. Don't get offended, nigga. Don't get offended. Don't be mad, nigga. That's a good line, nigga. Somebody could be like, yo, I had balls since I was Robbie Ross, whatever Rick Ross' real name is. I had balls when I was Robbie Ross before I became Rick Ross. Huh? Huh? Right? So anyway, getting back to it, I personally believe, that's just my opinion, that that's what's going on between those guys and Rick Ross. So what happened is, if you just tuned in, Rose went, I guess he seen a podcast or something with the guys that used to be on Joe Budden podcast, and they was, I guess, talking greasy or defending Drake or whatever. So for some reason, Rick Ross comes out, and instead of bombing on the little niggas, he went for the big homie, Kareem Biggs Burke. And he's insinuating and alleging that Biggs is gay. Right? So if you just tuned in, I'm gonna go back and play the video with Rick Ross alleging that, that Biggs, eat glizzies, for a better way of saying it. Because Rick Ross did say it in the rated R version.
Rory and Mally. I see why Joe Budden's fired you losers. You niggas wanted equity. How dare you minions? Everybody log into Joe Buttons. Now Rory and Mally, and let Biggs Burke know the boss waiting for him to come kiss the ring. Minions. Niggas losers. Biggs' brother was Biggs' brother sucking on the dicks of his Biggs' brother. What's their name? Rory Maul. This what I'm gonna do. I want to talk about Biggs Burke. That nigga, what? He ain't pay his taxes. How he went broke. What he was doing. He got caught with 20 bags of weed. Some shit like that. They say he had none of the royalties, none of the business, none of the money. Man, I'll make Dame go in on y'all niggas. You glazers, dick sucking little peons. Biggs' brother was Biggs' brother sucking all the dicks at her. That's how hustlers and street niggas do it, man. Nigga gonna target those niggas. Not the niggas who ain't even get chairs to sit down. Not the niggas who get $300 Zales to talk. No, nigga. Biggs' brother, he gonna want to call me? Come kiss the ring of the boss, nigga. It's a beautiful morning, perfect time to feed yourself the knowledge.
Now, I don't know what made Rose go that hard on Biggs, but I know there's going to be people that's going to ask me, Choke, you was at Roc-A-Fella. Is Biggs gay? Only thing I can say to that is I never been in the bed with him, and I never seen him in action. Now, have I ever heard this before? Is a different question. Have I ever seen things while at Roc-A-Fella to make me want to believe what Rick Ross is saying is true. My throat is dry. Give me a second. Now, I'll say this. Do I believe what Rick Ross has said could be true? Yes. Why? Because I've seen things that now, you know how they say in hindsight is 2020, that was real suspect on his behalf. And I, like I said, there's rumors. There's the one rumor, right? After Roc-A-Fella, way after Roc-A-Fella, that Biggs allegedly was dating this guy. But he was also managing this guy, the singer St. John. So it was rumored that they were more than just business partners or a manager and artist. That's just one rumor I've heard. I would think that Rick Ross wouldn't jump out the window like that if he didn't know better. Like if he didn't know. Um, but like I said, in my opinion, do I believe Rick Ross? Yes. You know, that's just in my opinion from my observation because I've seen uh Big share room when we be traveling and he be the only one sharing room and he would be sharing room with a known gay dude. Well, I found out, come to find out, that the guy that was traveling with us was gay. I didn't know in the beginning. I didn't think nothing of it when him and Biggs always staying in the room together wherever we travel, because none of us shared rooms. None of us, except for them two. And then when I found out he was gay, uh, that's when my eyes started open up like, oh, then hindsight started hitting. And then later on, I started hearing the rumors about Biggs more. I started hearing them more when after he came home from jail. Not saying that he got turned out in jail or anything, but I started hearing those rumors about um, that, I ain't gonna say that he straight out allegedly came out the closet, but for everybody that knew him close, you know, that was kind of the conversation. I think Dame even knows this as well, but Dame ain't gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? But nobody cares. Like for me, I don't care what you do with your jaws or your back pockets. That's your back pockets to be letting people exploring allegedly, or your jaws, that takes the glizzies. But to me, I don't care. You can be who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You could be any and everything under the rainbow. It doesn't bother me. My problem is that there's so many people in the entertainment business, right, that are gay for pay, meaning they they may not have been born gay, they may not have walked around on the surface level as a homosexual. You know, a lot of people ain't open. I mean, not open. A lot of people ain't comfortable being open with their sexuality, right? But in the entertainment business, you know, I've been telling y'all this for years. It's not until like within the last 5 years, 10 years that, you know, outside of people like Doggy Diamonds that would believe me when I'm telling him in the interview. A lot of people didn't believe this type of stuff was going on. And those who knew, they wouldn't give the platform to speak because you'd be speaking about them. So in the entertainment industry, it is a requirement for you to be uh allegedly it is a requirement for you to be s- at least bisexual because most of the people behind the scenes are queers or uh living a certain type of lifestyle. Like if you would look at Diddy's case, to the average person, letting someone have sex with your wife or your girlfriend and you sit back and watch is not a comfortable thing. Is creepy. Is disgusting to some people. To some people, that's just called cuckolding or voyeurism, or is a name for it because it's normal to some people, and is not to other people. Like some people like vegetables and could be a vegetarian, and some of us hate vegetables. And, you know, and couldn't eat vegetables even growing up as a kid. You hated them, right? But to each his own. But for me, in the entertainment business, it is almost a requirement that you are playing under that rainbow in order to get in rooms and being next to the mega stars, the billionaires, the multi-platinum artists, because most of those people are playing in those type of reindeer games, right? Now, there's gonna be a day, you know what I'm saying, that somebody's gonna come out and reveal that this is all true. Um, I feel like that door is slowly opening and you getting more people to come out and say what's going on behind the scenes and that, you know, this person is funny, this person is funny, this person, you got this other dude out here talking about the stuff that allegedly uh Jada and allegedly Tyrese and Will Smith allegedly, and you know all these different stories are coming out, right? um Southern Purchase, good looking. Thanks for the super chat. Much love, right? So for Rick Ross to come out and say this, like I said, I don't know what. Well, I do know what made him go after Biggs because his little brother is out here in the podcast world, and yo, Rick Ross, you know the saying be no women, no kids. Can't be going after Biggs because of his sexuality, Ross. That ain't You can't be huh. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But what I do believe, we all know when things get out of hand or things get said that don't supposed to be said, Jay-Z does the calling, allegedly, according to all these hip-hop dudes out here. They get the call from Jay-Z. So if you just tuned in, we talking about Rick Ross alleging that Kareem Biggs Burke dances under the rain. Excuse me, dances under the rainbow allegedly, and because he's beefing with his brother right now. So Rick Ross thought that it would be cool to go and out Kareem's Big Burke's sexuality. And alleging that, he's into Oscar Myers or Nathan's, hot dogs, if you get what I mean, right? So somebody, I believe, in my opinion, that allegedly Jay-Z might have called Rick Ross. Because after Rick Ross went so hard on Biggs, he went back and said this.
You got somebody. I want to say this. Hey, Biggs, Burke, you got somebody that love you. You got somebody that really love you. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, oh, and I love that person too. So, but you other dick sucking minions, you other glazers, don't nobody love y'all. I want to say this. Hey, Biggs, Burke, you got somebody that love you. You got somebody that really love you. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, oh, and I love that person too. So, but you other dick sucking minions, you other glazers, don't nobody love y'all. I want to say this.
So, as you can see, I'm willing to bet that phone call, in my opinion, came from Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Because who else would give Rick Ross a call and tell him to lay off Biggs that Rick Ross would say he got love for? That's close to Biggs. There's nobody but Jay-Z. I don't think Memphis Bleak could call or would even call on Biggs' behalf. I don't know, maybe the Stain John dude probably called him. Don't be talking about my boo. But Ross laid off him. So I guess he'll continue with his brother. But the one thing about the internet, once you said it, you said it. You know what I'm saying? You accuse that man of eating hot Nathan's glizzies. So that nigga got caught for 20 bags of weed. That was the funniest part. The nigga said the pigs got caught with 20 bags of weed. Nigga, you don't know that nigga Biggs was balling, nigga. And then you better put 20,000 pounds in front of that goddamn 20 bags. Nigga, that nigga had 20 kilo bags That nigga definitely ain't had no 20 bags of weed. That nigga was not selling no goddamn nickel bags. But once again, that's just hearsay. Um, you know, where Rick Ross get his information from, y'all gotta ask him. Do I believe him? Yeah. Do I got footage that probably could coincide that? Co-sign that? Yeah. I definitely do. But am I getting involved in that? Nah. I'm gonna leave Biggs alone. You know, Biggs' brother was Biggs' brother. So, moving on, getting to this Tupac thing, right? And shout out to Rose, shout out to Biggs. Y'all know what it is. Um, what I wanted to say. So, in this Tupac thing, right? This is gonna get interesting, right? Especially for all y'all that follow the story and know it well, right? Instagram, I'm live on YouTube. If you want to see what's on the screen, go on my story and hit the link and you can join me there. All right. Or you can stay right there and you'll be all right. Some of y'all might be at work and sneaking on your phone, getting some entertainment. All right. So getting into this, right? Now, shout out to my man Don Sikorsky. They just dropped a new Dozier book. I'm trying to wait for the audio book to come out because I'm not trying to read all them goddamn pages. But I might have to if they don't put out the audio version in the next month. Because I just want to see, if they came up with any new information, right? But according to that new dossier, what I did see in there, right? And I'm gonna say allegedly, because I didn't see the paperwork myself, but they're alleging that, you know how Reggie always say that, Reggie Wright Jr. always say that he had right way security. Well, according to this new dossier, allegedly, Reggie Sr. is the one who owned right way security, not Reggie Jr. They saying it was in Reggie Sr.'s name, not Reggie Jr. Interesting, 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 right? Yeah, we know Suge got a book coming out. Um, Mo Preem just dropped his book in a lawsuit. So it's a lot going on right now, rolling right into this trial, which starts August 10th. And Keefy D go back to court June 30th, just for an update to make sure everything's going and flowing in order. Now, I'm about to tell y'all some stuff that's going to connect some dots, but this is purely hearsay, right? Even though I got some reliable sources in Compton, I have to take everything with a grain of salt because I don't know who's giving me information to feed me information, to put stuff out there that may not be true, to throw the dogs off the scent, or it may be 100% true, but the fact that I wasn't there and I don't know the players and I don't know the places and I didn't grow up in Compton, I can't say for a fact that any of this stuff is true. But the person that gives me this purely hearsay has told me things in the past that was true. So it could be all true, it could all be a lie, it could be some parts true, it could not be. But for me and everybody that's watching, this is purely for entertainment purposes, and this is purely hearsay. Okay? Now, what I just told y'all is what made me do this deep dive uh into this information, right? Because according to that new dossier, Reggie Sr. is the one that owned and started Right Way Security, not Junior, allegedly, right? Now, I'm about to run down exactly how I got it, right? But this all makes sense to me. I'm not saying it's gonna make sense to everybody. It is purely hearsay what I'm about to say. And some may be fact and some may not be fact. I don't know. But I'm just gonna get straight to it and run through it. And if you know this Tupac case like everybody else, and you've been following it, then some of this stuff is gonna make sense to you, right? If you are from Compton and you are watching, this will definitely make sense to you if there's any truth to it, right? So let's get into this, right? I'm gonna change the title to this show this is purely hearsay, right? So from what I'm told, right, there's a cop named Hewley Taylor. Uh there's brothers that I believe that were both on the force. One I know was for sure. Eric and Percy Perriton, right? And then you got Reggie Sr., right? Reggie Wright Jr. and Reggie Sr., right? Now, this is the origin of how the police got it. Allegedly, this is the origin of how the police got at death row and how ultimately uh Suge and Tupac become victims of a drive-by in Vegas, right? Now, Sir T, what up? So check it out. They say that Hewley Taylor, allegedly, this is all hearsay, remember that. Hewley Taylor, Eric Paverton, Percy Paverton, Reggie Wright Jr. and Sr. all had a meeting at the Outpost over on Palmer and Almeida. Almeida. I don't know. If you're from California, you know the street. Alameda, right? Palmer and Alameda. They were discussing how much money that Suge had just got for death row, which was $147 million allegedly at that time, right? So allegedly they was sitting at the Outpost over there on Palmer and Alameda, and they was plotting on how they were going to get money out of Suge. Now, this allegedly takes place in the Santana block, which is a Crip neighborhood. Now, allegedly, one of the Crips overheard this meeting that they with them plotting on Suge because he's sitting in the booth next to them, right? Now, allegedly, like I said, it's purely hearsay. It was Percy and Eric Perrinan, Reggie Sr. and Jr., Hewley Taylor, and who were discussing how to get the money out of Suge. So they came up with the story, right? That dudes was planning on extorting Suge and kidnapping Suge to tell Suge that he needed protection from the gangs. And that's how the cops ultimately got into death row, or should I say infiltrated death row. Now, you may have heard the story before. You may have heard Reggie father say, oh, Suge came to him and told him, and he suggested that he get some cops, and then Suge told him, yo, whoa, why don't you do it? He's like, oh, well, I can't do it because I'm trying to arrest some of the guys you got over there. You know what I'm saying? But maybe Reggie Jr. could do it. This, that, and the other, right? So we do know that there's some truth to at least Suge and Reggie Sr. had a conversation, or Suge and Reggie Jr. had a conversation that people were scheming on him and that he needed protection, and that's how the cops got at death row, right? So we know Suge gave Reggie, whether senior or junior, $300,000 for them to start right way security, and then that's how that whole thing with the police got involved, because allegedly, purely hearsay, according to a Crip that was at the outpost the same day that both Reggies, Huey Taylor, Eric, and Percy Perrinan sat down together and, came up with that plan that they was going to tell Suge that niggas was scheming on him to get him to hire them so they could make money, because they just found out that he got $147 million. Now, allegedly, this took place in 96 in the Santana block. And once again, just purely hearsay, right? Now, like I said, this person said they was sitting in the booth next to Reggie and and it told someone else that they were trying to get Suge, right? And once again, remember, all hearsay, I was not there, right? So in July 96, on the set of Gridlock, is where Tupac found out that Reggie was a former cop, allegedly, right? On the set that day was Captain Shaheed Muhammad, and Suge comes on the set with Reggie, and one of the security guards tell Tupac that he don't mess with Reggie because he the police, and they had a beef, right? So Tupac like, what? He the police? He's like, yeah, man, he Compton PD, right? So then they say Suge runs over there and say, nah, man, nah, he ain't the police no more. Nah, he retired, he ain't the police no more. And they saying that's why when Tupac found out that allegedly that Reggie was the police, is why he fired Reggie, right? And that's why he only messed with Frank and Michael Moore, because Frank was a retired veteran, and Michael Moore worked for the fire department because he ain't want no police around him, right? And according to this source, once again, purely hearsay, I wasn't there, that Reggie did not like Tupac and Tupac did not like Reggie. Now, the interesting thing that the source said was that everywhere Suge went, Reggie shadowed him, right? Except for Vegas. Everywhere he said he went, Suge went. Reggie was running behind that nigga like a person holding Beyonce's cape at it on a red carpet event. But when it came to Vegas, he did not seem to want to be around. Now, as big as Death Row was in 96, and if you wasn't around in 96, you may not know. If you was too young to know, then you didn't know. But if you my age, you know how big Death Row was, and you know the reputation that they had, right? So in 96, Death Row was very strong. You know what I'm saying? They were strong before Pac even got there. Pac just made them even bigger, right? But as far as like the gangs and the street stuff that was going on, they was already strong. So with them saying that it was a beef between the mob and the South Side, right? If it was a real beef between them, why would four guys risk going to war with possibly goddamn at least 50 to 100 dudes in Vegas when everybody knew that Club 662 was a club owned by the Mall Pyrus and Suge or Suge and the Mall Pyrus. And Death Row is strong in Vegas. Why would they take a chance to beefing with them out there with one gun? Right? But even in the entourage, the cars, the caravan of cars, it was at least 20 people with them right there. Between K-Dub in the front, Trayvon next to him, Suge and Pac in the car, Frank and the Outlaws in the car behind them, Neckbone in the car behind them, Buntry in the car, the girls, the dudes, Low and them from OFTB, the guy that took the picture, Craig Mack and them. That's 10 cars right there. If you got 2 people in each car, you got 20 people right there. And that's just right there on Flamingo and Koval. And you tell me niggas going to go risk running down on these dudes and every goddamn car that's with Sugar them probably got a pistol in it outside of Frank's. When he got jumped, it was at least 6 people jumping on him. So if that's the mob's home, why are these guys risking retaliation in Vegas and all places where there's cameras everywhere? Well, I guess not, because we ain't got no camera footage of the shooting, right? But why would they risk all of that with one gun? Now, same thing with Reggie, right? According to sources, Reggie's always shadowing Suge, always behind Suge, holding his cape, right? Except for this day. Reggie could have had anyone securing Club 662. Like, what was going to happen over at the club that he couldn't be on detail with Suge and them, knowing Pac there's an East Coast, West Coast beef going on, knowing that Pac got beef with buku rappers and you ain't got nobody with them with a gun, or you got 24 to 26 police officers on duty in Vegas. Reggie, right way security, had 24 to 26 cops working for him off duty in Vegas that weekend. And they only had Frank on Tupac. And none of the other security guys is with Suge and all of them other ones. Right? And he'll tell you, oh, because Suge had Buntry in them. Buntry in them was not security. Them niggas was goons. You know what I'm saying? They was not licensed gun carriers that could shoot somebody and get away with it for self-defense with a security license. So for him to have all the security over at Club 662 And not one cop that can legally carry with Suge in them should tell you a lie. Why would he be with Suge? Or at a Mike Tyson fight? I want to hang with Suge just to see the celebrities. As hot as Tupac was, why would he take Michael Moore off of Tupac to only put him on the cash register? Like, Michael Moore was Tupac's Superman. Can you imagine the Avengers is going out there to fight Thanos and goddamn Iron Man want to put Thor at Burger King to watch the goddamn the cash register? Like, it don't make no sense. Michael Moore's with him in Paris for Fashion Week or Italy, wherever one it was, and then Reggie takes him off and puts him on the cash register. I need you to watch the cash register. The cash register? Nigga, I get paid to watch celebrities. Why am I watching the cash register? He could have put anybody on the cash register. He had like 26 cops there. Anybody could have watched the cash register. There's a whole East Coast, West Coast war going on. And Tupac is with one guy, and he don't even got a gun. So it is clear that Reggie wanted to be at Club 662 to have an alibi as to why he wasn't around nothing else. That's the only thing I could think of. But, allegedly. Then you people who disbelieve that this entire thing is an orchestrated conspiracy, then let me connect a few dots for you, right? First and foremost, always remember that Reggie Wright Jr. and Keefe Dwayne Davis knew each other and potentially, allegedly, did street business together before the Tupac incident. Right? Now listen to this. This is what a lot of y'all probably don't know. Right? Because this doesn't get talked about. Right? And it is a fact. Now, listen. Eric Perriton and Reggie Wright Jr. were partners on the Compton Police Department gang squad together. Reggie's daddy was the lieutenant of the gang squad. Okay? So remember, Reggie daddy is the boss of Reggie Jr. and Eric Perriton. Right? You also got Blondie and Ladd, right? Tim Brennan and Robert Ladd, and a few others that ain't famous from YouTube. They all worked under Reggie's daddy, right? Now, allegedly, this is just hearsay, right? Eric Perriton worked in the Nutty Block area, and he allegedly messed with all the Crips. They say that Keefe D allegedly was Eric Perriton's #1 rat when he was a police officer, right? Now remember, keep it in mind, Eric Perriton and Reggie Wright Jr. were partners, okay? Like Jim Belushi and Tupac and gang related. They were in the car together, right? Now, if allegedly Keefe D was Eric Perriton's #1 rat when he was the police, keep in mind that this is Reggie's partner when he is on the force. Let me cook, right? Let me cook. Reggie and his partner worked on the gang squad, and Keefy D allegedly was an informant for Eric Perriton, who was Reggie's partner. Is your wheel spinning yet? Okay, let's move on. Now, here's where the urban legend gets tricky, right? Eric Perriton leaves the force and becomes a DA, right? After Eric Perriton becomes the DA, now imagine Reggie Wright Jr.'s former partner, now the assistant DA, ADA, right? And then he goes from the ADA and runs against Omar Bradley, former mayor of Compton, and he runs for mayor against Omar Bradley. Now check this out. Who did Reggie say he the only person he snitched on? Omar Bradley. Right? Don't Reggie say he only snitched to the feds on Omar Bradley? Right? So you snitched on the feds of Omar Bradley for what reason again? And then your former partner in the gang squad runs for mayor. The same guy you went to the feds and snitched on about, your former partner is now running against him. And then guess what else happened after that, y'all? After Suge goes to jail and Reggie's running death row, allegedly, Reggie gives Eric Perriton $125,000 towards his campaign. Did y'all hear me? Now, this is all hearsay, but we do know that there is some record of death row giving Eric Perriton 100-something grand for his campaign. Now, rumor has it that Suge was upset by that and got on Reggie, and that's when Reggie left death row because Suge was beefing with him for giving Eric Perriton 125 grand, allegedly, or 100 and something grand towards his campaign, right? Now, here's where it gets extra, 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 extra tricky, right? Check this out. This is what's going to catch y'all for those who know this story well. Now, here's where the urban legend gets tricky, right? Now, allegedly, like I said, this is hearsay because I was not there. Now, when Keefy D got knocked with the PCP when he was set up by Greg Caden, y'all remember that? Where I think the dude name allegedly was Dirt Rock. They got the dude Dirt Rock to set. They gave him the PCP and got him to do the sale with Keefy D, and then Greg Caden and them ran down on him just to try to convince him to snitch in the case of the Biggie case and then the whole Tupac thing. Well, allegedly, from what I'm hearing, when Eric Perriton was the DA, when Keefy D got knocked for the PCP, allegedly, Eric Perriton, when Keefy D got knocked, Eric Perriton went to Keefy D and told him, yo, I can help you. I can get you immunity. And gave him a script and told him, this is all you got to say. Allegedly. That's all purely hearsay. Like, I don't know if what I'm being told is a lie, a truth. I'm just saying what was said. That he told Keefy D that he would get him immunity. All he had to do was read the script. And the script was the Orlando Anderson script. And he had to say that. Now, do I believe it? Possibility, because that was Reggie Wright Jr.'s former partner, right? Not only was that Reggie Wright Jr.'s former partner, Reggie Wright Sr. used to be his boss. So there's relationships there. Reggie called his pops within an hour and told his pops who did it, right? How would Reggie know who did it within the hour, right? But being that he did know who did it within the hour, the fact that allegedly Eric Perriton would be able to have a script to give to Keefy D for him to say what happened. And then when you go back and you think about Keefy D interview on either Cam Capone or Art Dollar, or one of them, where he talked about they already knew everything. When he said they went into the meeting, when he went into this meeting where they supposed to have allegedly gave him immunity in the profit agreement, he said they pulled the board down and they showed everything on the board and they told him this, that, and the other, and they gave him a script and they just told him what he had to say. Right? Keefy D says that in his interview. And I don't understand how y'all believe he could say all this stuff about the car, being in the car, this, that, and the other, but y'all don't want to believe nothing else. Right? So I'm prone to believe that there may be some truth to this. Now, according to the person, they told Keefy D they could save him, they could get him immunity, right? All he had to do was read the script. Then they took him over to the feds. And then he did the proffer, or he did the proffer, but he thought the proffer was immunity, and immunity wasn't the proffer, and that's why he's where he's at now. He kept reading that script, thinking that he was clear, and nothing what happened to him because he was just reading the script, knowing that that ain't exactly what happened, but that's what he said happened allegedly because of them setting him up with the PCP and him getting out of now going to jail for the PCP. He did what they told him to do. And I guess if he was uh, Eric Perriton's handler or whatever, then I would think that he would trust him. That if he told him, yo, I could get you out of this allegedly, you know, as the urban legend states, then Keefy D would trust him and do exactly what he said. And that's what he said. And that's why I believe now that he's retracting it and now he's putting it on Reggie, saying that Reggie allegedly orchestrated it. And now that I know that Eric Perrinan was Reggie's partner, then we're going to be the DA, then to go on to be the mayor, and Reggie sitting there funding him as the mayor and stuff. A lot of buttons definitely could get pushed. You dig? A lot of buttons could get pushed, especially in Compton, because it was so damn dirty. But there's more to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more to this, but it's 11 p.m. on the East Coast. I'll come back tomorrow evening and add on more to this. Because like I said, it is more to this. And that's all I'm gonna say for right now. It's I'm about to be dropping some stuff on y'all that a lot of y'all definitely haven't heard. And it's gonna now's the time. Now's the time. With everybody dropping books and wanting to talk and now's the time to drop that real info on y'all. Choke no joke, y'all already know. I'll holler back in a minute. Rose! Choke no joke, I'll catch y'all tomorrow, all right? Peace. 2 more days to my birthday, baby. 2 more days to my birthday. 2 more days to my birthday. Shout out to my man Paul. Shout out to Ramona. All right. Shout out Kev. You know what I mean? Everybody that support. I appreciate y'all. My moderator, his squad. Salute. You know what I mean? Membership gang, what up? All the people that subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. Choke no joke, you already know.
Joe, you already know. I'm here, baby. Grand
Subscribe to
Church,
the
Turks
channel.
and Caicos.
Subscribe.
If you ain't know, now you know.
Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it.
Weather's beautiful out here. See the brilliant lady right there? I showed y'all the scarlet lady. I showed y'all the valiant lady. This is the brilliant lady.
Tonight you're gonna see the brother I know the show can rap. And then
Yeah. You know what it is. Choke no joke. Eat a wall. Rest in peace, Fuego. Don't ask me why. We here now. Let's go. Born in the Bronx, raised in Eden Wall. Place where I saw soldiers fall. Let's go. JR, crushed between the wall, the elevator, only 12. How would you cope if you were me? Let's go. Seeing the sight before 13. Probation, cause trespassing on the elevator was a felony. Blaming me, still went to the funeral cause I knew that it wasn't me. Carried the coffin before 13. Crack cocaine, hit the scene. Me a hustler, mom a fiend. I'm mad cause she keep stealing my thing. I'm draped in the jewels her addiction brings. That's the things that make us cry. When your baby mama don't let you see your child, or when your mans leave the VI. We birth, we live, we die. We struggle to survive. Choke, what's your thoughts? Don't ask me why. They hate, they lie. Let's go. They say choke wanna rhyme now. How come? Been rhyming on my 5th album. 3 mixtapes, learn from mistakes. Rhyming on the porch back in 88 with Bo. He had a better flow. Studied on my hustle, didn't care about my flow. Never made it real. saw the glow. Dude on 250, I strip my pole. Follow Daisy, he on the low. Grimy and gritty, he stacked the dough. Out from the place, 250 in the safe. Cops will shoot you after the cuffs were played. They wonder why I don't respect Jake. Why I could never spit it soft like Drake. Take it how you want it, like a Drake can't get 8. You weak in the knees, I jab like Zab, your Harlem shake. It's choke, no joke, and I am great. We birth, we live, we die, we struggle to survive. Choke, what's your thoughts? Don't ask me why. They hate, they lie. Either war, what up? Let's go. Accept defeat like Jay. Sign Nas in my later days. Inspiration like Obama. Fifth get flicks of your mama. I might be more ruthless when it comes to drama. Got higher guns on my shooter. 40 Glock. Wipe out you Douglers. Pull up your pants, can't you see they losing you? How they do that and they so tight. Putting them on, gotta be abuse to you. Top 10 in the game, coming through for you. The lyrical molester abusing you. Sway Shaheem Reed and Tuma. I'm more hip-hop than MTV and Puma. Better get my name on the list as the greatest truth teller, and I never gave a shit like this. Choke, no joke, you know what it is. We live, we die, we struggle to survive. Don't ask me why. They hate, they lie. Yeah, you know what it is. Rest in peace, Grego. Yeah, choke, no joke. Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is. Yeah, yeah. Already know. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes.
Choke, no joke. Yeah. It's choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke.